So this is the Portland Hilton and Executive Tower, downtown Portland. This is the grand ballroom at the lowest level of the hotel. The space that you see right now is the area right outside the actual ballroom. So this would be potentially, you know, your if it's a corporate event, like your entrance area, sign up, that sort of thing, or for weddings or larger receptions, maybe your cocktail hour, or again your entrance, that sort of thing. In terms of DJ, being able to set up speakers, there are outlets all along this hall on either side, so really set up for a speaker system could be just about anywhere. And then going into the room, which has a maximum capacity of 846 seated guests, which is quite large. You go into the space, this is what it looks like. And again, there are power outlets all along the walls generally, so setup can be in anywhere in the space. There is no in-house system that is accessible for any outside vendors or clients. They do have their own AV team that they work with, but in terms of DJs always bring in their own equipment. General setup for this room is to have the DJ set up at this wall, this back wall that you see just in front of me, and then the dance floor would be right in front of them. So that basically creates a dance floor in the center of the entire ballroom. I'll walk to the other end so that you get a sense for the space. But it's a very large room, and as you heard, 846 guests seated, so it is quite large. And again, this is on the lowest accessible level in the Portland Hilton downtown. So there you go. And there are doors all along this wall to the right, so you can come in at any area. I suppose on the day it depends on which doors they want open. But this is the space. There are doors behind me as well. So coming out of the elevators of the Portland Hilton and Executive Tower in downtown Portland, this is the Plaza Level, so which once you get in the elevator is indicated by the PL button. This is coming out from the elevators, the main area. So in terms of a wedding reception or event, this generally is used for cocktail hour. And then you see the pavilion room over there, that's used for reception space. So I will go in there in a little bit to show you. So just kind of a general idea of the space. Again, throughout this space, there are outlets along pretty much every wall. So in terms of setup for the DJ, it's very flexible, so we can work with clients to pretty much do anything. But my understanding from the staff here is that generally a DJ, if they're setting up just a speaker out here for cocktail hour, they will set up right along that column that you see right in front of me in the middle of the screen. So either on this side or the other side of the column, they can plug in a speaker, or they will set up speakers or a system in this corner here. So just right in this space where the plant is, and then to be able to provide music for the general area. So there you go, that's there. And then next we'll go into pavilion room. So still on the pavilion, or sorry, the plaza level, this is now in the pavilion room. The maximum capacity in here is 350 seated with a dance floor. Again, like all the other spaces, there are plenty of outlets along all the walls throughout the space. So they actually look kind of like this. So it's like a little pocket in the wall. You can see one there. You can see one just past the doors. And so they can wire through those spaces. Just as a quick add-on, I forgot to mention that in the Plaza Level outdoor area, where they generally do cocktail hours or sort of open sort of reception sort of things, they can have a maximum capacity of 600 standing and 350 seated if needed. Generally though, in this space, which again is the Pavilion, the general setup for a dance floor and DJ would be to have the DJ set up against that back wall where you see the windows and the curtains in the middle of the screen. So the DJ would be set up there and they can plug in back there. And then the dance floor would be just in front of the DJ. So kind of a little bit almost to the center of the room. So that would be the general layout. They said that they don't have that many weddings at this Portland Hilton. They generally have more events because they are convention heavy, and the conventions will have parties at the end of their convention that will use a DJ or something special like that. They do weddings, but generally only the receptions. So a room like this and the area outside that we just saw on the Plaza Level would be used for cocktail hour and reception, and a ceremony would be held elsewhere. So now we're in one of the Broadway rooms, which is, this is one of 4. They all attach to each other, so you see those dividing walls on that side as well as this side. They open up. So this is one of 4 rooms that can be connected, and the Broadway rooms are situated just across from the Pavilion that I just showed you on the Plaza Level, and the maximum seated capacity in here is, when you have all 4 rooms opened up, is 200 seated. And again, access to power can be anywhere, but usually they will set up this room in the rare case of a ceremony being held at the hotel, facing, you know, one direction or other. It's a long, narrow room once they're all connected, and so the DJ would be set up at one end or the other, and either way can be set up. So for the case of a ceremony at the hotel. Now taking the elevator up to the 23rd floor of the Portland Hilton and Executive Tower. This is where the Skyline room is, or lounge. It used to be Alexander's Restaurant. This is the elevator area. There's an event going on right now, so I cannot film the entire space, but basically there are 360 views all around Portland. You can see here just from the elevator area. They have floor-to-ceiling windows throughout. The comfortable seated capacity is 150. This area and just the entrance area would be what you would use for your cocktail hour. There are power outlets throughout, so set up for speaker systems could be generally anywhere in the space. You can see they're all along pretty much on every wall. And then we won't go into the space because we don't want to disturb people using it right now, but basically floor-to-ceiling windows, 150 seated, and my understanding is, again, the seating capacity is, oh sorry, like I said, 150, but outlets again throughout the entire space. So in terms of where the DJ could set up for music and dance floor is flexible. So just as a frame of reference of the Portland Hilton and Executive Tower in downtown Portland, this is the main lobby and entrance. As an FYI, vendor parking is not provided. It's just street parking or wherever nearby car parks, that sort of thing, that we decide to park. But in terms of vendor load-in, they have 2 options. The first is the second driveway on Southwest Taylor. You can park, they can fit about like 2 free cars, and you can load in whether you're going upstairs to the 23rd floor or to the Plaza Level or all the way downstairs. They will give you as much time needed to load in your equipment. They too provide trolleys if you need them. although it's always recommended that we have our own. And during busy times, they sometimes may not have as many on hand, so it's always just good to have our own. And then also in the case of busy times with lots of events going on for them, they do have another entrance that you can access, and so that is on Broadway. So that is another way that you can load in equipment as well.